originally from Saginaw, Texas, just north of Fort Worth a little bit. Was a little bitty town, kind of like McKinney. It was little bitty, and then it just exploded. And now they've got 3 high schools, and I don't really recognize the place now. So I knew I wanted to work with kids, and I knew I wanted to kind of, just make a difference in kids' lives and kind of do that kind of thing. I'm about to go do is 5 and 6 year olds running around with baseball camp, and man, they wear me out. They're a whole different ball game than a high school kid. Make it as fun as possible for them, because they're not. I mean, at that age, they're not really learning specific skills. It's just basic things: throw the ball, which base to run to, how to slide, how to do very simple things. So, and it's got to be. With high school kids, they got a little bit more attention span. With little ones, I've learned you got to change it every couple seconds, otherwise disaster's about to happen. Got into teaching, got into coaching, and was in McKinney for 5 years, and this is actually my first year here in Melissa. So,
at McKinney High School for 5 years?
McKinney High School for 5 years. I've been teaching 6 years, and I have not taught the same subject yet. I got there and I taught Algebra 2, then I taught Algebra 1 with a little bit of Algebra 2, like split up, and then honors Algebra 2. Then I taught pre-cal for a year, and then I came here and I'm teaching geometry. So
wow.
I don't think there's any more. Well, I guess I could teach calculus, but I think I've almost run the gamut of the math classes Texas high school offers.
Did you aspire to be a teacher? You studied business, but did you?
It was always in my mind that I wanted to do some kind of teaching. Just some, I love coaching. I mean, and really, honestly, a good coach is a good teacher, and vice versa. A good teacher, even if they don't coach sports or whatever, they're, in my mind, they're coaching kids. They're, getting to know them, being a part of their lives, and understanding what makes them tick. Because that's not the material. Any kid can do the material. It's if they want to do the material, and if you can find that thing that motivates them. And sometimes that's hard. That's the hardest part, I feel like, of this job is you've got 100 kids, and each one of them is motivated by something different.
You play guitar.
I do.
You have an interest outside of teaching.
I do. I've always loved music. I grew up played cello for 10, 12 years. Played in the Fort Worth Youth Orchestra. Got to travel and do some things. Those were good summer jobs of playing at weddings. Those made a little bit more money than
As a 10-year-old?
No. That was high school, 15, 16. Tried to hide at that time you're trying to be cool and trying to hide the fact that you can play a cello. Like, I don't let them know. I'm just like, where are you going this weekend? I'm like, going with family somewhere. About 14, 15, my dad always played guitar, and I wanted to learn. So I started playing, and started playing at church a lot, and then started writing my own kind of music. Stuff I write is not, I guess wouldn't call it, I guess it's semi-country. I don't know what to call it. I've never figured out, can't pigeonhole what genre it's supposed to be. I guess I call it country-ish. I don't know. It's just kind of singer-songwriter kind of music. And it didn't really pick up until about my third year at McKinney. I would play, like we would go, me and some of the coaches, when we hung out, I'd bring a guitar along and we'd, sit and play in class too some. And like,
so your band happened by default.
Pretty much, yeah. Kids kind of forced me into it, forced my hand on it, because I had, well, why don't you play like elsewhere besides teaching? He's like, you're a pretty good teacher, but you're a really good singer. Why? So there was a little dive bar up here in Anna, it's closed now, called Billy's, and I went up there and played, and just by chance there was a guy from the radio station up there that night. He's like, hey, I want you to be in my contest. I was in the contest and got 3 or 4 rounds deep, and a couple of my buddies like, dude, are you playing again? From some old college friends. I was like, well, I guess. I've written like 4 songs, so I don't know how much material we really have. And like, well, let's get together and play. And started playing. Last summer played quite a few gigs. Got to open for Zane Williams, and he really helped me out a lot. He gave me contacts. He gave me people to talk to, of who to get in touch with to get gigs. And then whenever things weren't really picking up on gigs wise, he's like, hey, come to Leavenworth Grapevine and open for me.
I lose sight of the
It's a song I wrote for my son, actually. He's 6 months old, and I got a little daughter that's 2 years old, so wrote one for her, wrote one for him.
Things you really need to know to help you find just where you belong. Love without your heart, slow to anger and loyal to fall. Earn the trust of your fellow man. Find the grace to stand with one above and one that holds your hand. This world was never perfect anyway. We've all got our scars. You'll soon learn you're not the judge of this place. You're only here to play your part. Serve the one that made you from the start. So go and love without your heart.
If you think you have a story to tell, send me an email. But I have to tell you up front, it better be good.
Trust of your fellow man.